Hey, what's going on with it once again? Ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls alike, this is the one, the only Mr. Criticism Guy 2009, aka Nintendofreak2011. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. Like I said in my Nintendofreak2011 video last week, Saturday, I actually went to this college basketball game. You know, I went with an old buddy I haven't seen in like a year or two. It's been a little while, so you know, I decided what the fuck. You know, another one coming out from Cali. Isn't the same people like I said before about a month or two ago when I went to see Bad Grandpa. This is a little bit of a different level. So there's that, and another real small but you know tedious update. I'm gonna be doing my Pokemon of the Year thing. This is gonna be a brand new segment. I'm probably gonna be doing this like maybe once a year, even though I'm doing alternative media shit right now. But definitely had to give you guys a freaking dire warning for the fucking future, literally. Because before I do begin, one other quick thing really fast I wanted to say and mention really quick. This is completely off topic of this alternative media thing. Into the Hollywood news thing. I know that chick, Grace Randolph, was doing her top 10 list of like best actors and then the best performances and then like best hopes and expectations for 2014 or 2014 as I would call it. There's that. So I don't know. I might be doing some top 10 thing like that. The only difference is that besides her getting 1 billion views and subscribers and shit, you know what's it called? Really want to mention that shit because she brought some really interesting information to my attention. You know, it doesn't have nothing to do with alternative media because I like to flip flop a couple times. I know some people think that's bad, but I personally don't give a shit. Okay, so there's that, and one more other thing. This is gonna shock you a little bit. I'm not trying to make this as a joke or anything, but this thing looks very similar to a certain Pokemon thing when I talk about this. I'm not sure if this is from Google or not. But yeah, without further ado on that, let's begin. I'm gonna bring like certain like pictures up really quick, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So Google ends up building an army of robots, or androids. And I actually heard this from Mark Dice once again. I usually get a lot of my information from him. He's a really awesome dude. Even though he's a little out there sometimes, he's not as out there as that dude Alex Jones is. That dude's way the fuck out over there. He's got to be a fucking chill, that's for sure. Not Mark Dice, but the other dude. That's the reason why I ended up subscribing to him last year, because I kind of didn't really give a shit about the New World Order and shit, because that's for a whole other topic. But I will say this: sometimes alternative media stuff, it gets you to you, stresses you out, gets to your head a little bit. That's why I don't really focus on bad news, negative news all the time. Even though I was a little bit negative back in my teen years at the time, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very honest and very realistic with you people. I was fucking negative at that time, you know, and it wasn't easy, but that. Not going to get into too many personal issues. And no, before anyone says, oh, it's because of me being overweight, fat, that was not the case at all. It was for other reasons. So other than that, you can see the pictures of iRobot and shit in the Pokemon I'm going to tell you about later. That's the one that looked like that. That freaked me the fuck out. I'm going to get to that in a second. But the dude that's the one, the CEO owner, I forgot his name. It wasn't Jeff Bezos, because he was the one that was Amazon CEO owner. The one I was talking about a couple days ago, not too long ago. And let me get my drink of water because this definitely keeps me hydrated. I gotta love it. I'm gonna get to those three in a minute. But before I do begin on that, another really quick thing I wanted to pull out. Once again, I give a shout out to Make Electric. He was actually talking about this one little small article. He talked about a whole bunch of them. He usually talks about 500-600 different alternative media things, and some of them are non-alternative media related. He puts both of them together. He blends it together. He actually knows Linda, Morning Mayan, so definitely check her out too. I'm subscribed to them, so you can check them out. I talked about them a couple times here and there, very few times, but they are awesome. And the real cool thing about Linda, she's from upstate New York, like my ass was back in the day. That was cool as shit. Even though she lives out in Cali, I'm in Vegas, she's still really fucking beautiful for her age. Even though she's almost 35, I think. Still cute as shit. I don't care. But other than that, what I wanted to bring you guys' attention, now the real video starts. What I want to bring your attention is, he ended up bringing up some statements on how like Terminator, like they're going to end up being like the Terminator, like fucking Skynet and shit like that. Even though it does sound a little far-fetched when you first hear about it, especially when you wake up to this shit like I have been for like, as far as gold, silver, New World Order, and all that other stuff. I was awake to. I mean, I awake to that back in 09, like a year after I graduated high school. And I started my 2 years in college and shit. But the thing is, yes, I'm an open book dictionary, but there's certain things and aspects I like to keep on the down low. Unfortunately, you people will not know about me. Unless you met me in real life, maybe you might know. But unfortunately, can't do it on the internet. Sorry. You know, that I got some personal private things, unfortunately, you guys can't know. And they're not bad, but they're not good either, you know. They're like in between. But yeah, getting onto the subject, it's funny because I do George Orwell. He mentioned a lot of these fucking things, that there was going to have a lot of plastic, like tablets, iPhones, even though I got it with me really quick. Let me get it back really second. Sorry about that. This right here, you know, even though I don't have it no more. I got another brand new one, but unfortunately, can't show that to you guys. It's got a lot of personal info and shit. Yeah, he predicted a lot of this crazy ass shit back in the 80s in the Orwellian Nightmare, the New World Order, the Police State, even this other dude, Terrence Richardson. He exposed this little scumbag piece of shit motherfucker that he's the one that ends up getting all these fucking people, Illuminati's fucking famous, like I know he's talking about like Kesha, Miley Cyrus, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, who else? And it's funny because I actually used to be into that music back in the day. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Until I woke up to the bullshit that they were trying to advertise, and the Kardashians and shit like that, and the Illuminati shit. You know, hey, you know, guilty as charged sometimes. You know, to certain people. But other than that, you know, I'm not gonna say I'm innocent myself because I used to like be into that shit a couple times. You know, especially if I was bored out of my fucking mind. This was about like the second or third year when I was still doing YouTube videos for my two older channels before I deleted one of them. The other one got suspended back in the day. There's that. And that was the second thing I wanted to cover. And then the third story I wanted to cover, and there's going to be another story I wanted to cover after that, is that one of the CEO corporate owners of Google, he wants to live forever. He literally wants to be a god. He even said this, I think, in his own words. I know this sounds crazy as shit. I'm probably going to get a crap ton of dislikes, but I really could not personally give two shits and a fuck, two squirts of piss, could give a flying, breezing fuck at all. Literally. I really do not honestly care. You can dislike it as much as you fucking want. Go right the hell ahead, because you're still giving me a view at the end of the day, you fucktards. Seriously. I'm talking about the fucking little troll dipshits. The guys that are subscribed to me, you know I got a lot of love, honesty, respect, dignity, and envy, good envy towards you guys, you know? But other than that, you know, while I'm getting back to my point, the third thing I wanted to talk to you about beyond this Google thing is that he wanted to put his... If any of you guys have ever watched Teen Titans, like the one that I grew up with back in the early mid-2000s, before it got canceled after that Terror episode. The one that used to play in Cartoon Network like a year before they went to shit. And the only three cartoons that are good on there sometimes is either a regular show, and then like I would have said Matt TV, I kind of got bored of that, and I got bored of Gumball and shit like that. And what else? I'm trying to think of something else. I guess if you want to count the Tsunami shit, I guess that's okay. Even though I barely even watch it sometimes. Once in a while I might watch a little bit of Inuyasha, and I might be keeping up with that Soul Eater shit. I know they're supposed to be giving, what's it called? Brand new One Piece and shit, but that's not what this is about. I'm going to alternative media now. I already did an anime thing, it's called The Children's Wolves. I don't even know what else. It was for Miyazaki, though. The Wolf's Children, I think, yeah. Other than that, that he wanted to put his fucking brain, the CEO, might I add you, he wants to put his fucking goddamn brain in a freaking goddamn, in a robotic android machine so he could live forever and eternally. He's literally trying to play God. And I'm sorry for all the profanity I use now. Please forgive me on that. If you're religious especially. But, that shit is completely out of this world. I'm telling you right now. They gotta be smoking some sherms, some weird marijuana shit, marijuana, marijuanos, however you want to say it, English, Spanish, Espanol, Spanglish, whatever. It's completely up to you. That shit is beyond fucking despicable. It's sad, it's pathetic, it's ruthless, and it's very fucking degrading and like envious towards like the very poor people. I mean, in my case, I would probably be rich compared to people in third world countries like Africa and shit, and like some parts of India and where else? Maybe the touring war zones of the 1940s and 50s of Russia and Germany back then. There's probably like even like Chernobyl, you know. I'm actually considered rich compared to, even though I'm considered poor in this country, but over there, overseas, I would be considered rich. As crazy as hell that sounds. You gotta look at the aspects of certain things and continuities, you know? But let me put my drink real quick. Oh, God. And another real quick thing I wanted to mention, the fourth craziest thing, if any of you guys have seen it already, when I was doing Google search results on this, I'm surprised they didn't take this down, but I'm surprised it wasn't on Bing or Yahoo, but good fucking lord, this shit scared the crap out of me when I found out about this. If any of my Pokemon fans are out there that are watching, I'm trying not to go off topic real quick, but see if it gets to that thing really fast. Yeah, there. I know this sounds fucking crazy, but they built, I wouldn't be surprised if Google had the billions of trillions of dollars along with NASA and the NSA and shit, if they build something that's similar to that. As much as I've been growing up with Pokemon for the past almost 18 years, you know, it's had its ups and downs, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a completely perfect game. Back in my 90s kids days, I used to love the hell out of that fucking game, but there's a certain machine thing, I'm not sure if this is official or not, but this shit scared the living bejesus out of me when I saw it. Even though back in the days I used to wish, oh, Pokemon was real and shit, that'd be so awesome. Because I was a very huge addict at that shit back in the day when first and second gen came out, you know? I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if I could get the other one out because this is, I don't want it to be as time consuming as I want it to be. Or you guys could just skip it altogether, it's all good. You know, I would not even mind in the slightest. There's that little Japanese one they had and shit. That's how video games predict the future and shit. If you ever you guys have seen Matt's LP Adventures, other dude, the game theorist, he definitely has a good head on his shoulders because he was talking about it a couple times about 2-4 months ago. It is crazy as fuck to think that they say video games can predict the future, like Mass Effect, Dead Space, and all that crazy shit. It is insane as shit to believe, you know? And let me go back here. Alright. This thing right here, like, if any of you guys have seen this yet or not, let me see. Porygon 2, see if I can get him, yeah. This thing looks similar to a fucking Porygon 2, just the head part right here. That right there, you see that? With the little beak and everything? Oh my fucking god, that shit, it's a double-edged sword for me, because it would be cool as shit if it was real, but at the same time, it's still standing for like New World Order, like terrorism, like technology and shit like that. If it gets corrupted into the wrong hands, I'm not trying to sound like it's a movie, and I'm doing this with a straight face, because if I would have been laughing and shit, I would have done it a long time ago. I'm dead ass fucking serious. Look at this right here. Like, let me see if I can find that other picture. You see the similarities between these two things. Look how fucking crazy that shit is. That, I almost literally almost shitted myself when I saw that thing earlier right after I got out of work. I was thinking, upon everything that is fucking holy, is that thing fucking for real, or is that shit just you know, C-pixel old school like Photoshop thing? Because I wouldn't be surprised if it's Photoshop, but this is just for like little kids. You can see the xylophone and everything. I remember very blurred memories of my life back in my way early babies, 90s kids probably days. Excuse me there. I used to see little xylophones and stuff like this from play school and everything. You know, I thought it was harmless. You look at that, and then you look at this right here. Look at the fucking similarities on that fucking thing. That scared the fucking crap out of me when I saw that thing. I know I sound like a pussy for saying that shit, but I honestly could not give a shit. That is batshit fucking insane. To quote my friend from Jersey's Rant. Oh my god. Look at that fucking shit, my god. That is, I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, it's a double-edged sword. I don't know if I should hate this, or I should love this, because oh god, just talking about it right now, I'm getting chills down my fucking spine. If they end up making some fucking drone shit like this, I'm not gonna know what to do with myself. I wouldn't be surprised if Japan ends up taking this thing, not taking it out, putting these things in units and in the product. Seriously. I know it sounds extremely far-fetched, I'm not talking about the Pokemon far-fetched, but this shit right here, as far as alternative media goes, I wouldn't be surprised if it became a reality in 20 or 50 years from now. I'm being dead fucking straight serious. They have the technology to make these things, to even make holograms and all that shit. You see it in so many sci-fi movies and science fiction. There's even some scientists out there that they get laughed and picked on, and you wonder why they become evil and shit, you know? I'm not sure if that happens that way in real life. I doubt it, but if it does, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, seriously. I mean, just look at it. My fucking God. The similarities. Jesus freaking Christ. What? Holy God, you know? That shit right there. That explains a lot. First impressions are damn well fucking important right there. They make lasting impressions, and with me, look at that shit. Oh my God. Look, oh shit. Jesus God, look at that. I'm gonna put them side by side together. You check that shit out. Damn it. Look at that. Jesus freaking Christ in heaven. I think we are in the fucking last days of Armageddon. Literally, trials and tribulations. They're coming upon us. I'm not trying to as Christopher Green says, I used to say, be the, preach up to the choir, but this shit is, I mean, it's epic, but it's in a good way and a bad way. Good Lord. I did not Photoshop this. I found this on Google. Somebody else probably Photoshopped this, but on this thing right here, I'm not sure if that's real or fake. Somebody can explain to me out there, whether you're a young scientist or an old scientist, this shit is a reality. And the government, the FBI, CIA, DEA, they're like covering this from the American public, and then like the rest of the fucking world. We got a goddamn right to know that this shit is fucking real or not. You know? And I'm sorry I've been rambling for this long. It's been probably past 20 minutes, but I had to let my voice be heard on this fucking opinion. Let me know what you guys think if you think in the comments below. Facebook, Twitter it. Whatever, Instagram, even though I don't have an Instagram, I do have a Tumblr now. I made it last week if you want to check that shit out. And that's all I had to say, but I got to take a deep breath here. I'm probably going to go out maybe to eat a little bit here and there. I'm not going to eat that much because I've been doing some little dieting and shit. Not for because I'm trying to impress people or nothing, just doing it for my own cause. But that's all I had to say for now. So like I always say, is what it is. When I see you guys, have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink, smoke weed at the same time. Don't drink the reckless. See you soon. See you around. Peace out, lates. Goodbye. And I'll talk to you soon. God, I might need a fucking real aspirin. Peace, lates. I'm out of here.